day 2 of recording these videos and trying my best to figure out what the fuck I'm trying to say, because I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just know what it feels like when it comes out, and it feels good. So the topic that it's been on my mind has to deal with the most deepest sense of searching, which could be called foraging. Forage, like fish. Fishing is a form of foraging. Mining is a form of foraging. Cutting trees, gathering wood, that is a form of foraging, because you need those resources in certain situations in order to sustain living. For example, you need wood in a cold area for firewood so that you can light this firewood on fire to keep you warm in conditions where there's no other way to keep you warm. And if you did not keep warm, you wouldn't survive, right? But you have to go out and get the wood, which means you have to chop a tree. You have to dissect the tree into many, many different little pieces, and then chop those pieces, and then eventually it's available as firewood. And then only can you use it to keep you warm. There's a lot of work involved, right? Because when you catch a fish, not only do you have to take the gills off, you got to skin it, take the guts out. Some people eat fish heads, so maybe not chop the head off, but there's things you have to do to prepare after you catch something, if you're foraging, if that's what you choose to do with your day. Forage, right? Let's say in your mind, you leave your house, you say, you know what, there's something that I'm gonna find in my day that when I come home, I'm gonna be able to prepare it for later when I need it. But it involves first finding it where it's at, in the wild, outside of your house. Then once you find it, figuring out what type of resource it is, right? It could be food, like fish. It could be some kind of material like wood, which can be used. I say wood because wood can be used in many different situations, right? You can make paper with wood. You can create weapons with wood, like a bow and arrow and arrows. You can make, if we're talking about in actual reality, things that we can make with wood, chairs, cabinets, so many things wood can be used for. Creatively, skateboard, right? It can be used to build a house, right? There are many houses that are built with timber. That's a lot of wood involved that needs to be gathered in order to build a house, right? So that's why I chose wood as a resource, that if you know where it's at in abundance, you can go and farm safely and bring it back to where you are residing, and then choose what you're going to do with it. If it's going to be to build a house, choose for firewood, make a skateboard. If it's going to be used for something that you need it to be useful, because there's so many uses for that specific resource. Okay then, now let's move on. Why do we limit the thing that I'm talking about, which is foraging, to actual reality? I can't just go out and take a walk and figure out where my mind is gonna land at without being distracted. Maybe I could listen to a song. Maybe not. Maybe just walk in silence. But if I do listen to a song, I'm trying to see what comes at me while I'm listening to the song. I'm trying to be aware of what I see that maybe inspires me, right? And then we find out and we recollect parts of ourselves that we love and enjoy, and those are our resources. That's our wood, that's our fish, that's our water. We can't survive without water, and water is fluid. So if you are staying in one spot, this is for the people who just don't want to move around. Moving around includes exercising, taking a walk, mental movement, maybe reading a book, right? Any type of movement. When you refuse to do that, you are not invested in foraging for lost parts of yourself that will make you a better spiritual being, provider, hopeful person. Let's just say that. So if you're watching this and you want to be a forager and you want to do this outside of reality, because we're so limited to reality. There's only so many things we can do with reality. But in our minds, with our creative imagination, how can we create and gather our lost tools so that we can use those lost tools to give us hope when things don't go the way we want them to, when there are situations that we can't control. When we're put in those situations, just having the patience and wisdom to see this is something that I should probably detach myself from because it's out of my control. And being able to have those raw materials from moving around, from scavenging, and from being hopeful, and from enjoying it, because you gotta enjoy scavenging, right? If you don't enjoy it, why do it? Right? You're gonna be miserable. So finding a way how to enjoy scavenging, enjoy foraging, being able to receive these gifts that you find or these resources that you find with your imagination, and then figuring out how you're going to use them in the future whenever you get into a moment where you feel like you've been either defeated, you feel weak, you feel tired. Just reminding yourself that, wait, I have this tool, I have this tool, I have this set of thoughts that can bring me out of doubting myself in this moment. Because without doubt, there's all possibility. And if you're curious enough, and if you push yourself hard enough, you will be able to figure out how far you can go when foraging and what you may find in those moments that will put you in awe of just like, wow, I can't believe that this is Earth. I can't believe that this is life. And it's priceless when you feel like there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your dreams and the level of gratitude that you have, because you know foraging and scavenging is not easy, it's hard. So whatever you do collect, you take care of it, you make sure that it's ready for use in those moments, and then you just start to see all your inheritance come towards you.